What is happening, everybody, and welcome back to the Thunderdome. So today we are not going to talk about a single stock. Nope. Today is part 2 of how to grow a small account. So if you've watched the previous video, the whole reason that I actually started YouTube and started this was mainly to help, newer traders, people getting into OTC markets to understand how to trade, a little bit better, because it is completely different than small caps, options, large caps, the so forth, NASDAQ. They all have their own niche to them, and it's a retail market, it's a retail environment trading OTC and penny stocks and so forth. So, when I first did my, how to grow a small account, we covered a lot of things like risk management. We went through, make sure if you're doing a swing trade, take profits. I mean, the whole nine. And then we went into how to trade better. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Reading filings, chart basics, the whole nine. But the purpose of today's video is really just, it's the second part of the challenge account. So, the one thing I wanted to do is a 10x account. Basically, my goal was to take $5,000 and turn it into $50,000 by the end of the year. And, I started in February, so if you watch the first video. So this video is mainly just to discuss the first few months and then the last few months, what has happened, how to adjust to market conditions, issues that I've ran into as well. So, without further ado, let's get into the video. But first, make sure you like, subscribe, comment, the whole nine. Let me know what you have improved on. Let me know what you're still struggling with. I just want to keep cranking these out for you guys to understand I've got a lot of good feedback, but let's go and hop right into it. So while we're hopping into the video, I just wanted to say, thank you to everybody for your support. It's been tons of fun making these videos. I like to think I have a huge personality. I'm kind of wild a lot. I feel like I'm all over the place sometimes. So, really creating these has kind of helped me branch out of that, have some fun doing it. But also, we're making money. So, my purpose of doing the challenge account was to not only challenge myself, but to show others how it can be done. So I was like, hey, if anybody can scrounge up $500, $1,000, 5,000, whatever it may be, you can really turn it into something special. As long as you're taking profits, you're using risk management, you're following the guidelines, that I've kind of put through, how to trade better, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. If you implement those, you're not doing FOMO, you're not chasing and so forth, you can grow your account. If you are diligent and you're smart and you're just not acting like a fool, you can do it. And that's what I'm going to show you guys how it's done. So, as I put up here, when we started mid-February, it's like, hey, I'm going to do 3 months, 3 months, 3 months, and then, a couple months at the end. But, we basically did February through May, and then, kind of posted that there. So, we hit $20,700 from $5,000. And that was pretty smooth sailing. I think I had 1 or 2 losses, maybe 3, that just didn't work out. And it was a little bit slower in OTC, as far as penny stocks and so forth. So the next few months have been a little different. So, we've basically done May to July. And the reason I cut a little bit early is that way for, I call them quarters. So we'll call it quarter 1, 2, 3, 4. And since we started in middle of February, it makes sense to do it this way. So, part 3 of how to grow a small account will actually be, in about 2.5 months. And then, we'll do the final 2 months at the end of December and say, hey, this is where we're at. But as you can see, we hit 20,700. We were actually on pace to probably hit our goal by the end of summer, into early fall. And, I'm going to talk about some things that have happened in the past couple of months. So, I have suffered several losses recently. And it happened, for multiple reasons. And that's why it's always good to reflect. So if you're not reflecting on your past trades or, what you've been doing, then you're not going to learn. So I was able to adapt and shift, exactly what was happening. So, the first quarter, as we'll call it, smooth sailing, I think we had 21 trades-ish. 18 of them winners. And then the second couple of months, I'll post it here. So this is the current chart. So I'm sitting, right around 28,000. And I think I actually hit 30 at one point. So, to go from 5 to 20 and then 20 to 30, it's not bad, just trading small. A couple $1,000s here. Hey, look, there's a catalyst. You sell a few $100, $1,000, whatever it may be, and that adds up. But before this video, hitting 31, I think I hit like 3 losses in a row. And I was like, oh man, that's not going to be good for the video. But it's good to show, hey, look, it happens to everybody. I had one where, I was like, hey, you know what? They have news coming. I'm going to go ahead and swing this one. I'm going to buy some. And then it immediately tanked like out of nowhere, huge. And it looked like dilution. Who knows what it was? But I mean, I had to cut the loss quickly. I mean, even though they said they had news coming, had to cut it. So that was one. I had one where I didn't take profits on, and it actually ran, and then it tanked down, and I was like, God, are you serious? But what happened was I got so focused because OTC became more popular, it became hotter, a lot more stuff was running, that I was using my other account, to trade in and say, hey, I'm buying this, selling. So, I didn't put as much attention on my small account. And I think a lot of it had to do with getting greedy. When I got 5 to 20 and I was like, okay, now I'm over 25, I could technically day trade on this account. But, I still swing on it, and there's no sense to day trade OTC. And this is a specific OTC account. I don't trade anything else, no options and so forth. So that's the whole goal, to show, hey, penny stocks can still be hot. You can still make good money on penny stocks. But after suffering a few losses, I was able to adjust myself this week. So I was like, you know what, I'm going to just quiet down a little bit. Let me just kind of focus on some really good ones. Let's get back to the basics. So, after you go ahead and you create your account and you're like, bam, I'm up 500%. As I'll put here, it says, and it was actually cool, I checked E-Trade and it said your account is up 504%, on the year. And then it showed what NASDAQ is currently down, 20-30%. So I'm outperforming NASDAQ like no other. So it is fun to do. I love doing the challenge. I'm definitely going to do another one next year. But, as we're kind of going through it, sitting currently at 28. So, a nice little bump from 20 to hit 30 and a little bit of consolidation. As you can see here on my chart, it's just been slow grinding, and then you can see here, I'll put this one up here. So this is the past month. It's just been super choppy. But that's what I try and tell you guys. I'm like, hey, if you're going big size and you're getting hit, you're taking a loss, you're going to kill your account. That's why play small ball. If you're growing a small account, unless you've got big money in your account and you want to take that risk, you're not going to grow your account. You're just going to lose your money, and then you're going to say, and then you're going to get down on yourself. Then you're going to start chasing. So, it's important to go back, look at how to grow a small account, how to trade better, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Be diligent, be patient, look for the right setups. Just because somebody else is tweeting about a stock doesn't mean anything. Like, I never do alerts. If you follow me on Twitter, I have never done an alert with sirens. I don't do any of that. I might tweet and say, hey, this looks good. Doesn't mean I'm in it. I'm just like, putting some eyeballs on it. But, I like swing plays. So if a company says, hey, we have news coming at the end of August, guess what? I'm getting in early, and I'm just going to accumulate the exact bottom and just soak. That way I can ride the wave up and trim. And, then we're guaranteed. But you will have some losses here and there, as I talked about. I think I had 3 in a row, and I was like, God, what's going on? But it's good because it kicks you in the butt. You're like, hey, it's time to settle down. Let's not play too many plays at once, because I was doing like 4 or 5, so I got to stick to 2. And then if I can do 2, minimal size, and then just kind of trim, then I can slowly compound, because I think I was just rushing it. So same thing, talking to you guys about this, because I'm sure everybody listening to this has done the same thing. You start to make some money, you feel confident, and then you start taking a few losses. But what most people do is start chasing, and they want to get their money back, and that is the wrong way to do it. So then you can go through, you can cut your stocks, reset, and say, hey, look, I'm up 500% on the year in this account. I don't want to give it back. So let's be smart. Go outside, go for a walk, go talk to a friend, have a drink. So same thing, just growing a small account, make sure you're focusing on risk management. Cut your losses early. Make sure you're taking profits. It does not matter who is telling you to hold what. If you are up on a stock and you feel comfortable, take profits. If you are screenshotting your stock account profits, you probably need to sell it because that means you're doing well. So, the whole purpose is to just become a better trader. Go through, watch the other videos. But, I just wanted to share that with you guys today. So we'll have two more of these, heading before the end of the year. And my whole goal doing this challenge was basically to say, hey, let me take $5,000 and turn it into 50 this year. Then next year I can pay all of my bills and I can pay, the taxes on that 50 that I did. And then, I can take 5 and restart it again. So you don't have to rush in and say, hey, I need to make money today. If you give yourself a goal and you're like, hey, 1 year, I'm going to turn 5 into 100. It can be done. If you're smart enough, you want to be diligent and so forth, you can do it. And I know you can. So I just wanted to go over that today. This is part 2 of how to grow a small account. It's more or less an update on the 10X challenge. So as you can see, we're halfway there. We still have 5 months to go. So we're on the right path, as I can adjust myself now and say, hey, it's good to look back at that. And then, we'll go forward with it. But, got a few more videos coming out in the next 2 weeks. So feel free, comment on the video, shoot me a like, let me know how your trading's going, and I'll talk to you guys next time. Peace.